We just got into our Live Now from Fox Studios. Some very compelling footage that I want to share with you as we continue to follow breaking news out in the Middle East. My goodness, take a look at your screen. The very latest coming from the Associated Press this morning. They report Israel and Iran exchanging strikes again this morning, this a week into their war, as President Donald Trump weighed U.S. military involvement and new diplomatic efforts appear to be underway. AP goes on to report that President Trump has been weighing whether to attack Iran by striking its well-defended Fordo uranium enrichment facility, which is buried under a mountain and closely considered to be out of reach of all but America's bunker buster bombs. He said he'll decide within 2 weeks whether the U.S. military will get directly involved in the war, given the substantial chance for renewed negotiations over Tehran's nuclear program. Iran's foreign minister appeared headed to Geneva for meetings with the European Union's top diplomat and counterparts from the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. A plane with his usual call sign took off from a Turkish city near the Iranian border. Flight tracking data from Flight Radar 24 showed. Iran typically acknowledges his departure hours afterward. Now, as we know, several world leaders are speaking out this Friday morning. Britain's foreign secretary said he met at the White House with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and envoy Steve Witkoff to discuss the potential for a deal that could cool the conflict. Israel saying it conducted airstrikes this Friday morning in Iran with more than 60 aircraft hitting what it said were industrial sites to manufacture missiles. It did not elaborate on the locations. It also said it hit the headquarters of Iran's Organization of Defensive Innovation and Research. The U.S. in the past has linked that agency to alleged Iranian research and testing tied to the possible development of nuclear explosive devices. So, a lot to unpack this Friday morning. And again, we know it's now been a week since Israel did launch those deadly strikes on several Iranian nuclear and military targets. The conflict continues to escalate as each side keeps returning fire. Right now, we want to check in with Fox News correspondent Chanley Painter as she does report on the very latest.
Smoke rising from southern Israel this morning after IDF officials say a fresh wave of Iranian missiles took flight. This attack comes after Iranian strikes on Thursday hit a major hospital in the south and residential buildings near Tel Aviv.
I'm determined that we will achieve all our goals.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu maintains destroying Iran's nuclear capabilities is key to Israel's survival. This after previously slamming Iran's Iraq heavy water reactor.
I have a message directly from the president.
The White House says President Donald Trump is expected to decide within 2 weeks whether the U.S. will respond to Iran and assist Israel in targeting a uranium enrichment facility deep below a mountain.
He will do what is good for the United States, and I will do what is good for the state of Israel.
Meanwhile, people continue evacuating from Israel and Iran, but it's hard for those already displaced by other conflicts, like Tatiana Kurakova.
Each time you don't know if you'll survive or not.
She fled Ukraine for Israel in 2022 to escape the ongoing Russian invasion. Recently, an Iranian missile destroyed the building next to hers, triggering fears from back in Ukraine.
I don't even stop seeing dreams that I'm hiding somewhere, running from Shahed drones.
The White House says President Trump is still eyeing any possible developments on negotiations with Iran regarding their nuclear program. I'm Chanley Painter, Fox News.
All right, Chanley, thank you so much for that detailed report. Coming back stateside, and again, as Chanley so eloquently put it in that story, President Donald Trump giving a 2-week deadline for involvement in the Israel-Iran conflict. I'm going to drop this lower so you can look at the latest from the White House on the right side of your screen. This coming from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. She shares an important message from President Donald Trump saying, quote, based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks, end quote. And again, that was stated in that story provided by Chanley Painter.